Hello fashion lovers, welcome to Winnie Collections. So this is the sewing tutorial of the dress we drafted the other time. We'll not be doing much of talking because this is just practical. Just pay attention and look at what I am doing. So right here I'm running a stitch, a gather stitch. Just lose your machine so that the stitch won't be tight. You run through the middle of the upper parts of your dress. So now you are going to pull it up with one of the thread, not the both of them. You're going to take one. As you can see, I'm trying to bring out one of the thread. You use one of the thread and pull it up. Please, when doing this, when pulling it up, be very careful so as not to cut the thread, because when you cut the thread you're going to start afresh. So just be very careful. The thread is very delicate. So I'm also going to do this thing on the main fabric. I didn't show it here though. I didn't remember to show it. So I'll also do the same thing now to the main fabric. So just pull it up. Keep pulling it up to the length that you want it to be. Okay, right here, this is the front and the back and the lining. I'm going to turn the clothes with the lining right now. So that's what I'm doing here. We'll first of all turn the neck. So just turn the neck and then you top stitch it. But before top stitching, make sure that you cut it. I'll show you what I mean by cutting it. Just cut it small so that it will be free when top stitching and it will relax because it's a V shape. So you just cut it small and then you top stitch towards the lining. So after top stitching, you turn every other part of the dress. Turn every other part, both the armpits, the sides. Turn every other part, and also the down parts that will be closing. That's what I'm doing here. I just measured from the middle. I measured 1 inch and 2 inches on the both sides, and then 2 inches from the middle on the both sides, and then I sewed on it. I closed it up. 2 inches from the middle, so that is total of 4 inches. That's what I did on my knee. So after sewing all around the clothes, don't forget to cut the armpit side that is curved so that it will be free. You understand? When you turn it, so it will be free and relaxed. So here, after turning, make sure you stop stitch your shoulder part, and then at the down part of the dress, the remaining side that is still open, also stitch on it, like hold the lining and the clothes together, you understand. After that, to 2 inches that you sewed inside, just stitch the other parts together. So this is the final result of the upper part of the dress, of the front part. So moving to the back. Pardon me, I know you noticed I used another color of lining here. I didn't know I had this orange then, and I went for black. So right here, I'll be turning the back, the neck first. I'll be doing this on both sides of the back. I will first of all turn the neck part, cut it and top stitch it as well. Please, when cutting your own, be very careful so as not to cut not to exceed the place that you sewed on, you understand. So right here, after top stitching, I'll go ahead and add, I forgot to tell you people, I forgot to record, I also cut a belt, because I told you guys I changed my style. The initial style was meant to have zip at the upper part, but then I changed the style. I got a belt for it, so I went ahead to also cut lining for the belt. But if your material is so big that you don't want to use lining, you can just fold the belt and not use lining. So I also had to put the lining there, cover it with the belt there, cover it up with the lining, and then stitched on it. Then right here, I'm trying to turn the shoulder, to turn it up with lining also, because I don't like my shoulders, that stitching coming out on the shoulder when the shoulder is going to be a sleeveless top. I don't like it, so I faced the two materials, both the front and the back, together. I faced it together, then used the back lining to cover the front, and I hope you understand. So you're going to push the other clothes inside the back of the clothes, you understand, so that you'll be able to sew both the sides and the armpits. And then you go ahead to also cut it so that when you turn it, it will be free and it will relax. So once you're done with the cutting, just turn it upright immediately. You see how fine it's looking, you see how neat it's looking. You're also going to do the same thing to the other side of the clothes. After stitching this both the down part, after holding the lining and the material together, you do the same thing to the other part of your clothes. So in case you did not understand what I did before, this is it again. I'm repeating it here again. You take your line and your belt, place it on top of the back, then cover it up with the lining and you stitch on it. And then after that, you place the front part on the back, both of them facing each other. Just look at what I'm doing, both of them facing each other. Then take the back lining and cover the front lining, and then you also stitch on it. So at this point now, it's going to be a bit, fuller because the cloth is now becoming big. But anyways, you can still do it. You just have to put everything inside the back of that cloth. All of the cloth, all of the fabric, make sure it enters inside there. You stitch the armpit side and then the side of the back. You stitch it all around and then cut it and turn it again. So here we go. It's looking very neat. You see what I'm telling you? It's looking very neat. Then at this point, you can go ahead and join your clothes together with your measurements. For me, I only removed 1.5 inches because I added 2 inches to it. So I removed 1.5 and I left half inches because I don't want it to be too tight on me. But before joining, I actually added a side dart to the other upper part of this cloth. And to the back, I removed the dart while doing the back, while cutting it. When I was cutting it, I just removed the dart. But it's your choice. If you still want to put the dart, it's your choice. If you do not want to put the dart, it's still your choice because you're going to tie the back. So anyone you go for is still good. So right here, I'm going to cut our belt. That belt that we had before, that we cut out before, you're going to cut it into 2 equal parts. That is going to be 3 inches now. Before it was 6 inches. Now it's going to be 3 inches. And the length is still going to be the same. You're not touching the length, just the width that we're touching. We're dividing it into 2 places so that we can turn it up. I don't know, you're going to use one to turn from the front and then the other one to turn from the back. I'll show you. So this is it. When you look at the back and at the front of the clothes, you see that there's no ruffles. You will not see the stitching. I stitched it inside. Sure you can understand. This is it. I stitched it inside the so after stitching it inside, it's not showing. The down part that is remaining, also stitch on the down part again. Hold the 2 of them together and then you move to the back to the down part of your clothes. We are done with the top now. Then to the down part of your clothes, you're going to fold it. This is going to be the last part. So for this last part, you're going to fold the down, fold it all around. So we are folding with 1/2 inches, just half inches. You're folding with total of 1 inches because it's twice that you're folding. You fold the first one half and then the second one half, so making it 1 inches. And then after folding, I had to locate the middle of the both dress and then pin the both of them at the middle of each of them. Both the first step and the second step, I hold it at the middle. I found the middle of the first step and then the middle of the last step, and I hold it together so that I'll know the amount of pleats that I'm making on each side. You understand? I had to make just tiny pleats on it on the first step, and then I attached it. I went ahead to attach it on the main fabric. You understand? And then after attaching, I closed up the back and then put my zip. This is me. So here, this is the bow tie. I steamed the bow tie, then attach it. For that bow tie, if you want, you can just measure 4 inches from the joining out to the shoulder. Measure 4 inches downwards and then stitch it, or 3 inches. downwards and then stitch it to that place. And here is your dress. You are good to go. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you get notified when next I upload the video. Thank you.